Okay, well, welcome everybody. My name is Grania Fletcher, and this evening in New Zealand, this afternoon in other parts of the world, we are here to talk about the latest thing that's out there about one of the things is weight loss. One of the side effects that you get with GLP-1 is weight loss. So I hope you enjoy the next 25 minutes, 20 minutes or so, while we kind of delve into what it is and the remarkable success that some people have had by activating this incredible hormone. I am for one of them people because this was me 2 years ago. And I went down the injectable route, which is the synthetic, and it only got me so far, but this is me now. And that's because I've activated my own GLP-1. So I am so passionate about these products because I've done the synthetic and I've done the natural. And trust me, the natural is so much better and so much better for you. So we're actually going to start by introducing Jeanette Wilson. She's actually from England, but she resides in New Zealand, and she's a spiritual healer. And she has had phenomenal success because a little birdie told me that these shorts are a few years old. So over to you, Jeanette.
They sure are. These are shorts from the Gap. Those of you that know the high
Oh,
store
yeah.
Gap in the UK, my favorite pair of shorts that when I met my partner, and we've been together 27 years, um, he didn't see me in them very often because I became pregnant very quickly. And 2 years later, two babies later, I was never able to get back down to that weight. So it's been a long time for me. I've spent most of my adult life being either half a stone to a stone heavier than I'd like, with, two lots of clothes in the wardrobe, skinny clothes, fat clothes. Um, and what happened for me back in 2021, 22, and 23, I decided I was going to get healthy. It wasn't just a New Year's resolution. I started going to a gym 5 or 6 times a week, determined to lose some weight. And it didn't happen. 3 years of going to the gym, 5 or 6 times a day, I didn't lose the weight. Now, part of that problem was because I didn't modify my food enough. I was still eating crisps and chocolate. But part of that was cortisol. I realized I'd put my body into stress, and the cortisol was making me store fat. Um, when Emma Robbins came to me and said, try this product, I'd already been on the NRF2 that LifeVantage do. And I'd been on that for 2 to 3 years. So that had really cleaned up my system in terms of my body's ability to make antioxidants and also get rid of waste products. The number one thing I really want you guys to know is how amazing I feel, how amazing it is to be able to fit all the clothes in your wardrobe, sit down and not have a fold of fat at your belly. When Emma told me that this product would just, get rid of the fat without the muscle, I was intrigued. I didn't know how that could happen. I'm only ever used to losing fat and muscle when I'm on a really strict diet. And what happens on this product is you lose all your cravings. I liken it to no longer needing willpower to lose weight because you're not hungry. The food stays in the stomach longer, so you haven't got hunger pangs. You're getting more nutrition out of your food, so therefore your body's not craving things. All my cravings went for chocolate, sweet stuff. Uh, I started on the product on the 2nd of November. The weight loss was slow but steady. Don't be discouraged if it starts off slow. It did start off slow for me. In the trials, I know they were saying that, most people would start losing more of the weight in week 12, and we can't wait to get there. But this is the thing, when you lose the weight slow, you don't get like creases and folds in your sagging skin. And so my body now looks probably better than I did in my 30s. And I'm 62. That's the other thing I want to get across is I'm not no spring chicken. I'm 62, but I feel like I'm 42 now. So the main things are for me, no cravings, no snacking between meals. Every mealtime, I'm having to think, oh, what am I going to have to eat? Because I actually don't feel hungry. So I love it and I love the taste of it. And I am so grateful to Emma Robbins for getting me on this product because I'd actually given up hope.
Love to see some of your photos, Jeanette. Grania, have you got them?
Oh, you're muted, Granier.
Here we go. So these are Jeanette's amazing photos, her before and after photos. Absolutely incredible. Bit embarrassing, I would assume, Jeanette, at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. When I took those photographs, seriously, nobody was ever going to see, they were never going to see the light of day because look at those folds. I'm just like my mother's physique. That was one of the things that motivated me not to have a physique like my mom's. Hope mom doesn't get to watch this video. Um, but
Yeah.
what's the other remarkable thing is I'm only going to the gym now 3 times a week. I was going 5 or 6, I'm not, and I've acquired all that time, which is another big thing for me. Digestion's improved and amazing, amazing sleep.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jeanette. What an incredible story. So now we're going to bring the expert on, Dr. Gail Pearson. She is another New Zealander. She's an anaesthetist, retired anaesthetist, now turned natural health practitioner. And she was the founder, one of the founders of LifeVantage going into New Zealand. And when you actually hear her speak, you'll understand that we had to go through a lot of hoops and a lot of tape before Gail would even partner with LifeVantage. Everything had to be fine. So talk about research. Dr. Gail has done all her research on every one of these products that she's just about to share with now. So over to you, Gail.
Thanks, Grania. And, we are facing an epidemic at the moment. It's an epidemic of obesity. And if you look at some of the figures that we have, yeah, here we are. New Zealand has got the third highest adult obesity rate, 68%. And it's not only that, but there are a lot of people who are actively trying to lose weight or even maintaining weight. And you see it so often in the women who are perimenopausal, who just cannot shift that weight. And a lot of it's to do with hormones, it's to do with yo-yo diets, it's to do with not enough activity. 3 out of 5 people experience low energy or exhaustion, and 80% use some sort of product to try and address these problems, but they're not getting the solution that they want. So what we're doing here is doing something totally different. Thank you. And this is what we're doing. We're taking something natural to support the body to make it on its own. So it's like doing a computer reboot of our body. We're just giving it the new program to say, listen, you know what to do. You just need to be rebooted to do it. So that will make antioxidants. It will make proteins. It will make enzymes. It will make all the things that you need for better cellular health. And what does that mean? It means more energy. It means better sleep. It means that you feel younger and you function better, and you can function better all day. Thanks, Grania. So Jeanette talked about the activator NRF2. I want to ask the question, can we activate something to do with weight loss? And you've already seen the answer to that question. The answer is yes, and it's launching very shortly in New Zealand and Australia. So what is it? Well, glucagon, like peptide 1, is a hormone. And what's a hormone? It's just a chemical messenger that goes throughout the body, goes to a whole lot of different body systems. It's produced in the gut and it's released when you eat. When it's released, it tells your body, tells your brain, my stomach feels full. I think I've had enough now. So you reduce your appetite, and it also causes the release of insulin. And we know that insulin is closely involved with glucose regulation, which is why GLP-1 drugs came out initially for management of diabetes. And they found out that as a side effect, they had weight loss. So all of a sudden, everyone's on the weight loss wagon. But it's more than that. It's more than weight loss, and it's more than diabetes, because GLP-1 has multi effects on multi systems in the body. We've already talked about the stomach, how you feel fuller for longer because the emptying of the stomach is less. The pancreas, which is to do with insulin production, that increases insulin's production. It also decreases glucagon, which is the storage glucose. It pushes glucose into the muscles. And you hear Jeanette talking about how she's had no muscle loss. What it does is actually pushes glucose into the muscle, so the muscles can become stronger, they can become bigger, and they will function better. It also is cardioprotective, it's neuroprotective in the brain, and renally protective as well. So it's not only just weight loss, we are looking at all over body functions, which is why in every single medical journal today, you will find something on GLP-1 in terms of everything. And the latest one, like yesterday, it was all about alcohol addiction. And they found that people who were on GLP-1 didn't want as much alcohol anymore. And that was a double-blind study. So I was unbelievable. I was really blown away. Okay.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah.
incredible, Gail.
Yeah.
To think that we could be helping people like that as well, with alcohol as well as everything else.
So what is it? It's a two-part system, and both of the parts are important. Excuse me. It consists of 2 tablets, which you take in the morning, and then 2 scoops of powder. And this, what happens is that both the combination of the two makes you feel fuller for longer and stops that emotional eating, that yo-yo eating, that you don't feel much. You reach the fridge because you feel a little bit upset, or you get down at night because you think you might need something sweet. It's all gone. The tablets or the capsules that you take first thing in the morning are designed to get those L cells, which produce the GLP-1, to function at their maximum. So it makes them secrete a lot of GLP-1. Whereas the enhance, what that does is it makes the environs of the gut better. So you get better nutrient absorption, you get more fatty acid production. The bacteria that are in there, and I'm not going to go into what bacteria they are, enhance the L cells. So all of a sudden you have got a really good environment for those L cells to have their maximum production. And what's more, they also increase the receptors that the GLP-1 and all of the body act. So the receptors are better, we're getting better production, and we're getting less breakdown. So 3-part system in terms of how the GLP-1 is working maximally. Thank you. And they, what I love about this company is that they do studies. And to me, that is really important, especially if they've got very good science behind them. So this is a study that they did, which was a randomized controlled study. 82% took back control of their relationship with food. And we know that the food is up here sometimes. It's the brain tells you when you're hungry and when you're not actually really hungry. 95% reduced sugar cravings. Sugar is addictive, and in fact, it's more addictive than cocaine. So when you can reduce your sugar cravings, you're not going to be multiplying the bad bacteria in your gut. You're going to have better absorption of proper nutrients. And what does sugar do? It adds weight as well, and it also imbalances your body system. So here are a few people who had also results like Jeanette. This lady, this is Ashley. She's a doctor from the USA. 25 days. She's a busy mum of 4 kids. They've got a business. Her husband was also on there. I haven't got his photos, but his are super impressive as well. She lost 4 kgs in just 25 days. Now, that's not saying that everyone will do that, because this is a body process and everyone starts at a different level. So if you've been on injectables before, you're actually starting below par. And I say to people, if you want to be on the system, you have to say, I'm committing at least 3 months, if not more. 4 months is ideal. This is Candace from Australia. She's fit and healthy, but, had a little bit of a menopause muffin and just wanted to lose that. She lost 7 kgs in 3 months. And you can see those rolls at the back there. She presented at our latest conference, darling of a girl, and she is just, her confidence has just gone through the roof. And why is that? It's because every time you look in the mirror and you see a figure that you really, really love, it makes you feel good. And what does that do? It makes you shine. And so weight is not all about women. This is Tyler from the States. He had a bit of a keg in the front there. In 12 weeks, he lost 11 kgs. And as Jeanette said, this is all about changing your food requirements. You don't actually diet. So you're not going to go backwards and forwards on a yo-yo diet. You're turning down that food noise. You're burning visceral fat. Now, if you don't know what visceral fat is the fat that surrounds your organs like your heart or your kidneys, or we have a big fatty, what we call omentum in the stomach. What it does is it gets rid of that visceral fat, which is actually harmful. That's actually more harmful than the fat that you see on the outside. And interestingly, latterly, we've seen a lot of people with fatty liver disease, even though they're skinny. And that's because the livers are overloaded. They are toxic, basically. Their toxic way of bringing down all of those toxic insults had just reached its limit, so they just store it all as fat. So we need to have a look is what happens about weight gain. Oxidative stress. If you have oxidative stress, now if you don't know what oxidative stress is, please go and Google it afterwards and Google any medical condition and put in oxidative stress plus whatever. Oxidative stress will make hormonal balance worse. And what does that do? You get weight gain. So how can you break the cycle? We can use NRF2, which is a tablet that you take every single day. It's a natural tablet, 5 different ingredients, which has been around since 2003. Great history. It reduces oxidative stress in everybody. And that was the one that Jeanette was talking about as well. So what does that do? Along with the MB Enhance, it rebalances those hormones and you lose weight. This is the Protandim NRF2. So as I said, we're taking it to make it. You're taking this to make antioxidants. You're making antioxidants in every single cell of your body, and that's much more powerful than any supplement or food that you can possibly take. You are making it in every cell of your body, and I can't stress that enough because it's a whole different mindset. Making your own antioxidants, who heard of that? Well, we know all about it, and we're in the Secret Squirrel Club because this is the way of the future. So let's have a look. I love studies. And this is the most recent one that they did of the combine of the NRF2 and the MB system. So together, they amplify each other. They amplify oxidative stress reduction by activating 4 more antioxidant pathways. They amplify the fat metabolism by an additional 9 fat or fatty acid metabolism pathways. What does that mean? More fat can be burned for energy. What does that mean? More weight loss. But it also upregulated 22 genes that address several key causes of age-related organ decline. So when you have products like this that can give me the specific genes that these act at, this is science-backed natural therapy, and this is what we need to go with. Natural all the way, getting your body to support itself and getting your body to do the work. All we're doing is supporting it. The body can do it itself. We just got to give it the right conditions. And so we're now going to have a look at somebody else who's also done this.
Thank you so much, Gail. Wow, what a breath of knowledge you are, seriously. Now we have a little success story. Liko, I would love you to unmute and just maybe share your mind body. I know you've been on Protandim for many years, so your cells would have been cleaned up. How long have you been on Protandim?
5 years.
5 years. So you would have had great clean cells. And I don't think you missed a day about it because I think you walk up and down every shopping aisle saying to people, you need to be on Protandim. You got to be on Protandim. So you introduced the mind body.
Yes.
And this is the result.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I guess I'll take us back a little bit, back to, I guess 2024 was an interesting year for me. And because both of my kids headed to boarding school at the beginning of the year, not my choice, theirs. So you can imagine that was a bit of a tug on the mum heartstrings. I started a new job, bookkeeping, so I became quite sedentary in sort of office hours, 4 days a week. I supported my mum through a knee replacement. I hit perimenopause, or perimenopause was definitely taking its toll at 48. So definitely noticed a change in my metabolism. And stressful eating, or eating when I'm stressed, has always been the bane of my life. And I guess that combination was a perfect storm for me to just emotionally eat. That's kind of what I did. I just ate and ate and ate last year. So I found myself in August. I had hit one of my heaviest weights, which is I had 100 kilos, and I felt disgusting. It obviously, yeah, it was not nice, as I'm sure you can all imagine. And that was definitely through, a lot of emotional eating. If I was bored, I'd go to the cupboard. If I was stressed, I'd go to the cupboard. If I'd had a big workout, like I'd go to the cupboard. Like food was kind of, where I found comfort. So I decided in August, actually, August, September. By September the 1st, I was like, enough is enough. I cannot stay at this weight. None of my clothes and my wardrobes fit me. I'm struggling to even do up my shoelaces in the morning. I feel disgusting. I just, like I'm not me. I'm not able to do the stuff that I, would normally do. So in September, the 1st of September, I started to clean up my diet. I started to exercise more, especially like I started lifting heavier weights. I started, being really proactive with turning things around, with turning the ship around. But I was 8 weeks into that, and when the GLP1 launched in October, I ordered it, and it arrived on the 1st of November. Now, by the 1st of November, I'd already been two months sort of into, diet and lifestyle changes. I'd lost 3.6 kilos, which, whatever, weight is weight. But when you've got quite a big goal and, quite a lot to lose, for me, it felt like a lot to lose at that stage. I was like, my motivation was waning. So when the GLP1 arrived into my life on the 1st of November, I was so excited, because I was like, finally, I'm going to have some support. I'm going to have another tool in my toolbox. It's not going to be a license for me to go and, change what I was eating, or, do anything different. But I thought, I've got another tool in my toolbox to actually help me get back to where I want to be. So, I noticed, and the other thing I'd also done as well, actually, when I decided that I was going to clean up my diet, I thought, actually, I'm going to be really consistent with taking the activated essentials for those couple of months before the GLP1 arrived, because I knew that, going from 100 kilos, and I knew I wanted to get back down in the 80s, at least, hopefully 70s. But anyway, it's a journey. I just was like, my body, and I think Brett Brimhill said to us, like your fat cells, hold on to toxins. So when you're losing fat and, your body, you're losing a lot of, your body, you're trying to get rid of a lot of toxins in your body when you're losing those, that fat cells. And so I started with the activated essentials, which is the NRF2, NRF1, and ProBio, because I thought, what, I'm going to need the support for my system. So I did that. And then when the GLP1 arrived on the 1st of November, I started that. And I just noticed instant results, an instant difference, to be honest. Like the food noise went. I didn't even know what food noise was until GLP1 arrived in my life. And all of a sudden I felt like I had control, I had control. I could walk away from the cupboard. I didn't need to go into the cupboard. I didn't have those cravings. I just was definitely not, like I just wasn't, craving the bad food, a bit like Jeanette said. And I wasn't emotionally eating, like I just, all of a sudden I felt like I'd activated my willpower. In fact, I'd find myself at times like a stress or boredom. And when I'd normally go to the cupboard, it was so crazy, because my mind was going, you don't need to go to the cupboard. You're fine. Like you don't need to eat. You've got no need to eat. You're not hungry. And I was like, okay, I've done that all my life. What do I do now? So I actually
Wow.
found I had to kind of implement some new habits. So short walks became my friend. And I literally was like, okay, well, I don't feel like eating. And actually, if I tried to eat, I'd probably, I wouldn't feel good. So short walks became my friends. I just started, going out for a 5 minute walk, 10 minute walk, came back in, and sure enough, I didn't feel like eating.
Amazing. I mean, your results are phenomenal, Liko. I have to say, I'm so looking forward to seeing the end of June. What
Yeah,
another 3 months will end up doing. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, girl. Thank you
yeah,
for
you're
sharing.
welcome.
Okay, so now is the time to get started, everybody. So we've got our customer packs that are just launching. Now, there is a VIP access that if whoever introduced you today and invited you to come along, you may be able to go on their VIP access list. What does that mean? You will be able to get these products on the 15th of March, or you will wait till the 26th of April when they officially launch. So us as consultants have an early access, which is 12 days time. Are you ready to get activated in 12 days time? You know what I love? There's a really good special here called the Healthy Balance for Two. So it's like the hubby and husband, like my husband and me are doing this, and it's so good. My daughter is as well. Everyone in the house is doing it. And we're all getting back control of our food, our health, everything like that. Or you may decide just to do the mind body, which is the enhancing core. I feel if you can, to actually do the healthy balance stock. So get back to the person. Here's the Australian prices. I think they're great value. The more you kind of go in a pack, the more discount that you get. So, as I said, 15 March, we will have early access. And, we're looking for people that will maybe spread the word for us. We are on a mission to try and help as many people as possible get activated, learn how to take back control of their eating, of their habits, and not have to go down the pharmaceutical world. So, where would you fit in? Are you going to be a customer, or would you maybe become an affiliate and help us get the word out there? Whichever way route you decide to go down, we just hope that you would join LifeVantage. And we hope that you've enjoyed this evening. So please get back to the person that recommended you to come on here tonight. And we'll send you over this recording as well. And they'll show you how you can get started. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for coming along, and thanks so much for your time.